Dani Bowman, artist and entrepreneur, presenting on Rethinking Autism and Employment in Creative Fields. Dani Bowman is a talented animator, artist, and entrepreneur on the autism spectrum who is passionate about inclusion and diversity. Despite being diagnosed with autism at age 3 and nonverbal until 6, Dani has overcome these challenges to become an accomplished artist, animator, and inspiring speaker. She found her own company, Danimation, at just 14 years old, and later expanded internationally with Danimation UK in 2019. Dani has taught animation to over 3,000 students with autism and premiered 14 short films at San Diego Comic-Con. As a national speaker and cast member of Love on the Spectrum, she uses her platform to inspire and to mentor others. Dani Bowman, artiste et entrepreneur. Présentation, repenser l'autisme et l'emploi dans le domaine créatif. Dani Bowman est une artiste, animatrice et entrepreneur talentueuse sur le spectre de l'autisme, passionnée par l'inclusion et la diversité. Diagnostiquée autisme à l'âge de 3 ans et non-verbale jusqu'à 6 ans, Dani a surmonté ses défis pour devenir une artiste accomplie, une animatrice reconnue et une conférencière inspirante. Elle a fondé sa propre entreprise d'animation à seulement 14 ans, puis a étendu ses activités à l'international avec Danimation UK en 2019. Dani a enseigné l'animation à plus de 3000 personnes autistes et a présenté 14 courts-métrages au San Diego Comic-Con. En tant que conférencière nationale et membre de la distribution de Love on the Spectrum, elle utilise sa plateforme pour inspirer et accompagner les autres.
I know how it feels like to be seen as someone who doesn't fit the mold. As an autistic entrepreneur, I've spent my life proving that neurodiverse minds aren't defined by limitations, but by innovation, creativity, and resilience. When I started Danimation Entertainment at age 14 back in 2009, people with disabilities rarely had a voice in decisions affecting them. Although we've made progress, many are still left out of key conversations. I believe, as does Autism Canada, that we neurodiverse individuals are not only capable of participating, we can lead, innovate, and transform entire communities. This conference is for people to learn about the diversity of the autism spectrum and where, together, we will create an inclusive environment for sharing successes and for creating acceptance for those on the spectrum, caregivers, and communities. Today, I want to explore how embracing neurodiversity is more than a moral choice. It's a strategic advantage. Whether you're building startups, leading enterprises, driving policy, or investing in the future, celebrating diverse minds can spark innovation, strengthen teams, and transform communities. Ever tried juggling? Now, imagine juggling an animation studio, teaching animation to students with autism, traveling to speak at events, managing social media, filming for Love on the Spectrum, and trying to have some personal life all at once. That's my life at Danimation Entertainment, where I help people on the spectrum turn their passion for animation into careers. But let me be clear, I didn't get here alone. It took support, it took champions, and it took professionals who recognize that early encouragement and belief can shape a neurodiverse individual's entire future. Today, I will share my personal journey of resilience, triumph, and self-discovery while growing up with autism. From an early age, I navigated a world that often misunderstood and underestimated me. With determination and persistence, I confronted and overcame these challenges. My story is a testament to the power of perseverance, self-acceptance, and the transformative impact individuals with autism can have when given the chance to shine. Throughout this presentation, I will offer insights into my experiences, highlighting the hurdles I faced and the strategies I used to overcome them. My journey is not only one triumph, but also an invitation to appreciate the unique perspectives and talents that individuals with autism bring to our communities. Before I was diagnosed with autism, my parents knew there was something different about me. First of all, I wasn't talking, and I didn't talk until I was almost 6. But I had my own language by making sounds like tiki 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 tiki. That was my language, and my family understood it. I was able to get away with not speaking for a long time. I also had many repetitive movements like spinning, standing on my tippy toes, lining up toys, climbing on everything I could climb, and I was a runner. My parents had every door and window in the house locked down, so I couldn't get away, but I always found a way. By age 4, my family was still in the dark about autism. Picture this, my aunt standing behind me, shouting my name to the heavens. Dani! But guess what? No turning around. Why? Because I was immersed in my own little world, completely oblivious to anything happening around me. Aunt Sandy, perplexed, began to wonder if I might be deaf. My mom knew I wasn't deaf and told her, "Oh no, she can hear just fine. It's just that she has this thing called selective hearing." To drive the point home, my mom orchestrated a little demonstration. She popped in a VHS of my all-time favorite animated movie from across the house, turned the volume down, and guess what happened? Like magic, I heard it and came running. Unbeknownst to my family at the time, animation became the key to unlock my world later in life. After 5 years without a diagnosis, my parents finally sought help through the school system because I wasn't speaking. At first, the experts told my family that I would grow out of it since I was a girl. And back then, the belief was that girls don't get autism. But here's the thing. I didn't grow out of my autism. I grew into it. Autism isn't something you outgrow. With the right support and guidance, we learn to work with our diagnosis as we mature. How well we manage often depends on the dedication of the clinicians, professionals, and families that work with us. Later, the same year, after many appointments with different clinicians, the experts flipped the script of my diagnosis. Girls can really have autism. They dropped the bomb that I might never speak, make friends, or amount to anything because I had the A word, autism. Cue the dramatic music. They made it sound like a horror story, scaring the living daylights out of my family, majorly. In meetings about my diagnosis, I remember how the clinicians would speak to my family as if I wasn't there. Because I couldn't speak, they assumed I couldn't understand. But guess what? I understood everything. They painted a grim picture that I may never finish high school, go to college, or make friends. Even after my diagnosis, I was left in the dark about what autism truly was. No one explained it to me. I was just told all the things I couldn't do. But that only fueled my determination to prove them wrong. It would have made things easier if someone had simply explained what autism meant. People often wonder how I, an animator and entrepreneur with autism, reached where I am today. How did I start my animation company at just 14? Who supported me in this journey? And why is my mission so important to me? Remember, I didn't start speaking until I was almost 6 years old, but my love for animation was already in full swing. Animation wasn't just a hobby for me, it was my destiny. I was like a kid in a candy store, except the candy was pencils and paper, and the store was my imagination. My passion for animation grew as I delved into every aspect of the production process, from development to post-production. However, as I grew older and entered university, I became aware of the challenges I might face in the animation industry as an openly autistic individual. The statistics were daunting, and my communication and social skills presented additional hurdles. That's when my mission evolved. I didn't just want to build my dream animation studio, I wanted to make a difference. I realized that many like me on the autism spectrum shared a passion for animation, but lacked guidance on turning it into a career. So I expanded my company's mission to educate, elevate, and empower individuals like myself. I wanted to bridge the gap between passion and profession, especially considering the barriers we faced. Animation has not only shaped my professional journey, but also defined me personally. It's a testament to the power of pursuing one's passion and breaking down barriers along the way. Cartoons have always fascinated me and made me feel comfortable because cartoon faces are easier to look at compared to uncanny faces of real people. For me, as a person with autism, there has always been something magical about cartoons. They captivate me and provide a sense of comfort. Their faces, with their simplicity and expressiveness, offer a welcome contrast to the sometimes bewildering and uncanny expressions of real people. The vibrant colors, diverse personalities, and a kaleidoscope of shapes and sizes in each character create a tapestry of comfort around me. But what truly sets them apart is the emotions etched on their animated faces, teaching me the language of expressions. How to be happy, how to be sad, how to be mad. Growing up, my favorite cartoons were my tutors in the School of Emotions. They revealed the intricacies of facial expressions and the nuances of body language, crucial elements in human communication that sometimes us on the spectrum lack. So you see, animation has always been more than just entertainment for me. It can be a vital tool in understanding the world. It illuminated the path of my neurodiverse journey, offering insights into emotions, expressions, and communication. Most importantly, my strong bond with animation combined with my experience with autism has given me a purpose in life. Embracing my differences became a reality when my aunt and uncle recognized my love for animation. They noticed the animations I created, just with MS Paint, Photoshop, and PowerPoint. While I had been doing this for a while, their attention marked the first time someone acknowledged my talents. Witnessing my potential, they invested in better animation tools for me, understanding that improved equipment could elevate my creations. They were the first to believe in my abilities, providing encouragement and support. Inspired by their belief, I decided to take a leap and start my own animation company. The start of Danimation Entertainment dates back to the second semester of 8th grade in 2009, when I was just 14 years old. Despite harboring the idea earlier, there was a lack of support and recognition. It all changed when I shared my ambition with my uncle, an entrepreneur himself. While he cautioned me about the challenges and hard work ahead, he didn't dismiss the idea. Instead, he became my guiding force, assisting me in registering the company name and creating the website. My dream transformed into a tangible reality. The journey has indeed been difficult, as he predicted, but the fulfillment and joy I derive from running Danimation Entertainment makes every challenge worthwhile. Back then, Danimation was originally called Parlay Animation Studios, as you could see on this slide. My aunt and uncle were not the only ones that helped me change my life. I've been lucky enough to have had some champions in my life. And one of them is Joey Travolta of Inclusion Films, who runs a film workshop for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities back at the States. He was my first client that believed in me and my ability for animation. He hired me to teach animation, first at his workshops and then traveling around the country at his film camps. The majority of his students expressed a keen interest in animation. At the outset, I was notably younger than his students, just 15 years old when his students were over 18 and up. However, as I started, I began building confidence by gathering recognition as an animation expert, allowing me to share my skills with others. I learned how to meticulously prepare my curriculum, and the more I witnessed the satisfaction of my students, the stronger my desire grew to continue teaching. This enthusiasm ultimately led to a new and enriching experience. Teaching animation nationwide has brought me immense joy and a renewed energy to explore different parts of the world because I found when I focus on the needs of others, I don't focus so much on my own problems, and I also develop a passion for travel. This journey contributed to the development of my company's mission, assisting individuals on the autism spectrum like myself in transforming their passion for animation into a career. The ultimate goal is to provide a path towards sustainable, independent lives. Why can it be so hard for autistic individuals to find work? Many of us on the autism spectrum have learned to mask, hiding our autistic traits to fit in. But masking can be exhausting, hindering us from truly fitting in. Why should we have to hide who we are as long as we're not disrupting the workplace? Others may struggle more with masking or facing greater challenges with communication and social skills. But just because we may not express ourselves in typical ways or find it hard to hide our stims or pick up on social cues, that doesn't mean we're any less capable. This understanding led me to redefine my mission from running a traditional animation studio to building a social enterprise that educates, elevates, and empowers autistic individuals. My goal is to help them turn their passion for animation into sustainable careers. Initially, when I founded Danimation, my aim was simply to pursue my passion for animation and become a successful animator in the entertainment industry. However, the trajectory of my company's mission underwent a significant shift, largely influenced by the challenges I faced in securing an internship during my undergraduate studies at Woodbury University back in Los Angeles, California. Despite my achievements, 6 completed short films, 5 years of teaching animation, and professional animation work since age 14, plus graduating magna cum laude and consistently making the dean's list, I faced repeated rejections when applying for internships at animation studios. At the time, being open about my autism on applications often worked against me. Meanwhile, some of my neurotypical peers had an easier path, and classmates on the spectrum who hid their autism sometimes got interviews, but rarely got job offers. It became clear that if you couldn't mask your autism, the door was often closed. Seeing these barriers firsthand made me realize that many others like me were facing similar challenges. Combined with the alarming employment statistics for autistic individuals, this motivated me to redefine Danimation's mission to create pathways for neurodiverse talent to succeed where opportunities are often limited. As an autistic self-advocate, educator, and entrepreneur, I've seen how powerful it is when leaders go beyond awareness to truly empower neurodiverse individuals by recognizing and valuing their strengths. Real change begins with awareness and empathy and action. Number 1, autism isn't a limitation. An autism diagnosis does not define someone's potential. People on the spectrum brings unique strengths, creativity, and problem-solving skills. When we focus on what individuals can do and support their passions, we unlock talents that benefits both the individual and the organization. Second, empowerment requires commitment. Empowering neurodiverse talent takes patience and consistency. It means adapting processes, celebrating progress, and understanding that growth looks different for everyone. Remember that mistakes will happen, but what matters most is learning and improving together. Remember that every journey is unique. No two autistic individuals are the same. A strength-based approach, one that identifies and nurtures each person's unique abilities, always leads to better outcomes than trying to fit everyone into the same mold. And remember that you can't just put them in the same box. You can't change the flower, but you can change the environment. Belief creates change. Believing in someone's potential can transform their life. Whether it's hiring them, mentoring them, or simply showing your support, your encouragement can create lasting impact and help shape a stronger workplace culture. And remember to dream bigger together. When we create spaces that empower neurodiverse talent, we not only open doors for individuals on the spectrum, we fuel innovation, creativity, and progress across entire industries and communities. Coming full circle back to 2024, standing on the Emmy stage as a presenter, from being a nonverbal child, misunderstood and doubted, to being a successful entrepreneur and an Emmy presenter. My journey has been full of challenges, but I've grown into who I am meant to be. I didn't outgrow my autism, I grew into it. Autism has shaped my life, giving me unique strengths and perspectives that have fueled my passion for animation. On top of that, the third season of Love on the Spectrum was just nominated for 5 more Emmys. But here's the truth. I didn't get here alone. My journey has been built on hard work, but also on the power of teamwork and the people who believed in me. When we empower others through education, mentorship, and support, we open doors to limitless possibilities. I'm here today because someone saw potential in me long before I could fully express it. And that's what I want to share with you, how your belief, guidance, and advocacy can truly change the lives of the neurodiverse community. To everyone here today, know that autism didn't hold me back. It fueled my journey, giving me a unique perspective and passion. And I hope my story inspires you to support individuals on the spectrum in finding their own paths. This is just the beginning, and together, we can continue creating a world where neurodivergent voices are heard and celebrated. Anything is possible. If I can do it, so can the future generations of neurodiverse people. Thank you to everyone for attending, and a huge thank you to Autism Canada for this invitation. For those of you who would like to learn more about my journey, I have provided a link and a QR code here. And if you would like to learn more information about what we do at Danimation, go to danimation.us. Thank you. Thank you for your invitation.